Thank you very much. Wow, it is hard to be the last speaker, so I'll try to do my best. So when I was a university student a couple of years ago, not that many, I decided to start my own nonprofit organization with 3 friends in the context of the presidential elections in Mexico. We knew that it was important to have more spaces for young people to discuss the issues they cared about. So at that time, we asked the university authorities to help us organize a dialogue with the presidential candidates to ask them about their ideas to develop a strong youth policy in my country. So if you have followed international news, you might not be surprised to know that the person that was elected at that time in 2006 didn't comply to those commitments, nor did the other people that were not elected. A harsh way to learn about lack of political will and empty promises. But on a positive note, what we had created became a space for empowerment, and that gave me the access to different opportunities and platforms where I eventually learned what meaningful youth engagement is and is not. So whenever we're talking about young people, their participation, and their presence in different spaces, there are a lot of assumptions and prejudices. Young people are apathetic, young people are inexperienced, young people complain a lot, but do not get things done. I listen to this over and over again, and it makes me wonder if I got trapped in a time machine or people accidentally swallowed a broken record. So, the second day of this conference is almost over, and you have already attended different sessions, plenaries, side events, and I can confidently say that in almost all of them, if not all of them, there has been at least one young person sharing a story, talking about the work he or she does, the people they work with, and the challenges they face. Let me ask you, have you listened to their message? Have you thought about the ways you can support the work of these people? Have you considered partnering with them? Can you recall at least 3 asks they made or 3 issues they have raised? On the continuum of youth engagement, transforming the way young women and men are perceived from the grassroots to the global level and vice versa is key to creating mechanisms that will allow them to meaningfully engage. Whether it is in social accountability mechanisms to improve the health services that are directed to these people, or by engaging as decision makers in global and regional platforms, or in their national and subnational congresses, or leading their own projects, initiatives, organizations, without fearing that somebody else is going to be replaced. Now, as a feminist and a youth advocate, I've also learned to be critical. And I know that the power dynamics that undermine meaningful youth engagement do not only exist outside of the youth movement. Discrimination and inequalities demand us to have an intersectional approach to meaningful youth engagement, to dismantle the structures that contribute to the underrepresentation and lack of inclusion of key populations in programs, policies, and budgets, such as adolescent girls, especially the marginalized ones, indigenous youth, migrant youth, young people living with HIV, young people with disabilities, and many other key populations that do not need someone else to speak on their behalf, including me. They need a space to speak for themselves and raise their own voice. Finally, as a soon-to-be former youth, don't tell anyone please, I know it's my ethical responsibility not only to pass the baton to the new generation of young leaders, but to continue to build youth-adult partnerships that are transparent, horizontal, results-oriented, and rights-based. The question is, are you willing to do the same? Thank you very much.